Matt, you're going to be your one-man band.
All right. This should be short. I'm not even going to yell at Jenna no matter what she asks.
Okay. Matt Kenseth now joins us. He'll be our final participant here tonight. Matt drives the number 17 Crown Royal Ford.
I was last at everything tonight.
Well, that's your fourth seed, though. So what do you think about that? You're the fourth seed coming in there. You're going out for your second championship. And, you've ever since this chase started, you've been a model of consistency. But talk about now as you get ready for these next 10 races, your thoughts about that.
Well, I mean, if I can take tonight out of the equation, tonight was a disaster. But I think if we look back, we've been running pretty good lately. If I look at the 3 weeks, before that, we've been qualifying really, really well, especially for us. I don't feel like I'm very good at that. And we've been running up front and running up in the top 5 most of the day. We didn't finish all 3 of them races up there, but they're at 3 kind of different tracks. And, I thought we had a top 3 or 4 car at all 3 of them tracks. I think we got top 10s, but I know we need to do a little better than that. So I feel pretty good going to Chicago. It's been a pretty good track for us in the past, and hopefully we can start off on the right foot.
Questions from Matt? Jim Utter's got a question.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. I know there was a lot of stuff that went on tonight, but you're probably the only guy who changed a tachometer in the car. Have you ever had to do that before?
No, and I kind of felt dumb because I was like, said I should pay more attention at the shop and make sure we got the stuff worked out to do. But it was actually kind of fun. That was the highlight of my night. Was to be able to change that. So it was a rough night. I mean, it was really a rough weekend for us right from the first lap on the track yesterday. We were just awful. And, the best lap we had all weekend was our qualifying lap, really, and that was 25th. So we really struggled. I don't really know why, but we were way off all weekend. And, then that caused that wreck, which I feel real dumb about and feel bad for I guess the 27 got wrecked in that, and I spun out the 78. So I just kept having a problem locking up the left front. I haven't had that here for years. I don't have any idea why it happened or how it happened, but I just locked the left front up and missed the corner down there and wiped out the 78 and I guess the 27 as well. So I feel bad about that besides running bad. So
go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, Dave Robin with NASCAR.com. Matt, you might have just answered that, but I was going to ask you how badly your car was messed up when you got run over in that first accident down in 3 and 4.
Well, it was more messed up than I thought. That first accident, I don't really know what happened, and they called the caution real late or whatever, because there's some people stopping and some were still running wide open, so I don't know if I don't know how that works. If the Spires didn't hear there was a caution yet, or I don't know how it works, but so I actually heard it kind of late, and I think I ran in the back of, I think it was a 78, and but not very hard, and I was stopped, and it was a few seconds, and I don't know who it was, but somebody just drilled me, and it messed the right rear quarter panel up real bad, which I know you think of Richmond as a short track, but we're still doing, 140 miles an hour and pretty much lost all our side force back there. So I think that was part of our handling issue all night, but, so that definitely didn't help us.
Other questions from Matt? We got one right here. Dustin's got one.
Yeah. I almost feel bad for her. I do.
Go ahead, Dustin.
Dustin Long, Landmark Newspapers. Matt, before tonight, you'd run 5th, 16th, 14th, 10th, 8th, 6th, and 9th. If you look at going into the chase, do you feel like those
There's not going to be a quiz later, is there?
No.
Okay, good.
Do you feel like those results are enough or could be enough?
Is that going from here?
Chase? No. This is what you've done the last 6 races.
Oh.
When you put those,
I thought it was better than that. Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
There it is. You want to rip it out?
I didn't say that. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
5th, 16th, 14th, 10th, 6th, and 9th.
Oh, okay.
So, do you feel like that? Do you feel like you're in a progress, and that's not including tonight?
Right.
Do you feel like that's a progress, and do you feel like that's a good enough performance to win the chase, or where do you feel like you need to pick it up?
No, that's not good enough to win a championship. I mean, I feel like if you take out tonight, and I just think back 3 weeks, and it's amazing I can remember 3 weeks ago, but those tracks, I felt like our performance was good enough to be a contender. Now our finishes weren't, but I thought our performance was pretty good. I think we qualified good. We were maybe led a few laps here and there, ran toward the front, but we just didn't finish the races off. We didn't get the finishes, where we ran. So you got to do better than that. I mean, I think I think one thing our team used to be really, really good at is it seems like we'd always overachieve. I mean, part of that is because we didn't qualify well, but it seemed like where we ran the last lap of the race was generally the highest we ran all the race, and that's always important. Whether you're having a bad day and you got a 16th place car and you figure out how to finish 11th with it, or you're having a great day, you have one of the dominant cars, you need to figure out how to win with it. And I think. Those results that you read aren't good enough to win a championship, but I feel like our performance in some of those races and how fast our cars were and our the speed in our cars and our pit stops and stuff, I feel like that's good enough. I feel like we have everything, but we got to get the finishes and we got to do the right things every week. Yeah. Well, there's been a few things. For some reason, and I'm not sure why. Now last week was a little bit better, but my restarts have not been very good. And if you get a short run toward the end, and especially at some of these slick racetracks, that's real important. And there's a lot more going on in them restarts. Seems like the third place guy keeps hanging back and gets the front guys 3 wide early. I mean, there's a lot that goes on in them restarts that is making it more difficult as the weeks go on, especially if you're running second and starting in the front row. It seems like so that needed to get better. Just keeping up on the racetrack, my information I give Jimmy and the adjustments that we make to make sure we have the car right at the end of the race, with our best set of tires on the car and our best adjustments and having the car right for the end of the race. I think those are the biggest things here. If I take tonight out of it, is our restarts were hurting us a little bit, and our car adjustments, having the car, with the best tires on the end of the race with all the adjustments, and have the car handling the best that we can make it handle for that last run.
Right over here to the left, Kim's got a question. See, Matt? It's late night with Matt. What this is.
Kim Robertson, Insider Racing News. First of all, you're a great stand-up comedian and a wonderful way to end the evening after the evening we've had.
She's desperate for entertainment. I'm not that funny, but thanks.
Can you explain trading out the tachometer and what was involved in that and how difficult it was for you to do that during the caution?
It wasn't really that hard. We have it right on our steering column, and there's just they're electric now, so there's just a plug that goes in the back, and there's just a nut on the back of it. So I was kind of surprised I got done, but I just got my gloves off under that caution, and as clumsy as I was tonight, glad I didn't hit anything while I was looking down at it and got it changed. So for being at a short track, I was kind of impressed we got it done, and the other one worked, but. The bad thing about not having a tack really is just pit road speed. You have no idea what your pit road speed is unless you're following someone else, and you always are going to err to the slow side. And as competitive as pit road is, that always hurts you. So it was a concern when it went out that early, and we wanted to try to get it fixed.
Right over here to your right here.
Mike Butler.net. You're making fun of all this stuff, but actually we've seen Kurt and we saw Tony and we know Jimmy. Half the rivals that you have in this championship field have head problems right now. I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but they're not on their head game right now. And you're loose and cool and all that. Plus, these cars are all pretty equal. Does that give you like some kind of psychological advantage? I mean, in this game, what's upstairs is probably more important than what's in your hands in the steering wheel half the time.
I don't know about that. No, I mean, the start of it all is having fast race cars. If we can show up at the racetrack and our cars can be fast when we get them on the racetrack, that's the start. If you don't have that, you're not going to have a chance. I don't care how good your pit stops are. I don't care how smart you are, what kind of good moves you make, how you call the race. If your car is slow, you're not going to have a good day unless it's a fluke and you're the only one who can make it on fuel and you're shutting engines off and running half throttle and don't have to pit an extra time. But other than that, you just don't really have a chance. So I mean, I think that you have to have fast race cars and then just do the best you can and not worry about that stuff. I don't think there's any kind of advantage, but I will tell you it's nice to not be in any of that stuff. I love watching it. It's great entertainment and seeing what's all going on. I mean, everybody likes conflict, I guess, to a point. Most people don't like to be part of it, but it's fun to watch. So, and it always makes you feel bad when you're part, like tonight, causing that wreck. I mean, I feel terrible about that. What some of these guys up here had their problems with each other. So certainly, you never know what's going to happen down the stretch, but I like not being involved in it when I can be.
Anything else from Matt? Bob Pockris right here.
All right, Bob.
Bob Parker, Scene Daily. there's been no tests yet of this new point system. Have you even tried to figure out if with this point system, whether the chase would be any different? Do you have any feel of what might impact things more with this point system than in the past?
Well, there's a couple things that I think of there. I mean, the guy who finishes the highest every week still gets the most points. So I mean, the strategy and the strategy and all that stuff is the same. You know, this pays the most to win and lead the most laps and second most for second and so on. So you're still gonna want to finish as high as you can. But the couple things I guess that come to mind are if you have a bad day and you get 4 points one day, I think that's going to be pretty tough to come back from unless you can get on a roll and win 3 or 4 races. And other thing is I remember I honestly don't pay that close of attention to the points because as long as you finish as high as you can every week, there's nothing you can do about it. But I did notice a few times this year there's been ties, and I don't know why, but I keep thinking that there could be a tie for the championship or for third or for fifth or whatever, and I'm not sure how all that's going to work, but certainly with this low number of points, it seems like that's pretty possible. Highest what? Highest bidder? Oh.
Matt Kenseth, Al Pierce has another one. Look at this. We'll be here all morning.
Man.
Yeah, Matt, Al Pierce from Autoweek. Jeff Gordon was in here a minute ago, and he sort of hinted or inferred or suggested that maybe there was some teamwork involved with the last caution. That Menard, who was 81 laps down, caused the caution to give Harvick a shot. You've got teammates. Is that something we should be concerned about, or is Gordon just venting?
Well, I didn't see any of it, so I don't really have any idea. I mean, I'm kind of confused because wasn't Harvick leading before the caution? No. Oh, he did? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I didn't. I was so far behind. They were passing me so fast. I was working so hard to stay out of the way. I don't really have any idea what happened up there, so I can't really comment on that one.
But is there talk around the drivers and motor coach a lot about that kind of stuff?
You kidding me? They all stay locked in their motor coaches. There's no talk. No, there's really not. I mean, I don't know of any time where anything has happened. Maybe it has, but I've never really noticed or paid much attention to that or really thought about it.
Matt Kenseth, congrats.
I'm just kidding. We actually all go out of the motorhomes now and push our kids around. Stroller races.
Matt, congratulations on making
Well, you want to go home. Doesn't anybody else have a question? Everybody's good?
How about the closest you came after doing it?
Not even close. Yeah. Yeah, how about the Packers? That's right. That's a good way to end it.
Yeah.
See you guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Matt.
I did.
Thanks, Matt. Matt, thank you. Thank you. Yes, he did. Yes, you did.